The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, bro.
Spoiler alert.
Man. Oh, yeah. Dang it. You're right. Spoiler alert.
So
Spoiler. If you have
the
not
last two
seen...
episodes, cut it off. Leave.
There you go. You can just end the podcast. But if you end it here, please make sure to subscribe and leave us a rating review on Apple Podcasts. But if you have seen The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episodes 4 and 5, man, what 5 was probably the most emotional episode. Like, this show in general, Dane, has been so emotional. And even if you go back to WandaVision, you know, I think a lot of people were expecting a lot of action. I know I was in both shows. We've seen some action, but they're definitely like therapy sessions for the characters. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. These are guys and gals from the old team that everyone else has pretty much a success story, and they're left with trauma.
Yeah.
Confronting the trauma that they have to live with because of important individuals that are no longer there, that were supposed to be beacons of light and hope for their journeys.
Yeah.
So with Wanda, of course, with Vision no longer being here, her losing him. This is 3 times she lost that dude. Yeah, she lost him 3 times, and then of course we have no idea where the hell Cap is. Like we don't know. I think the idea is that he's wandering somewhere around there, old somewhere, but Cap is. This particular version of Cap is gone. Of course, we might get an alternate timeline Cap in the future by way of a cameo or something, but Cap ain't walking through those doors. Yeah, so they're dealing with the loss of someone that either paved the way for them or someone that they have some emotional ties to based on the experiences that they've had, whether by relationship, So this is what we have.
Yeah.
And
man,
on top of that,
episode 4. Go ahead.
I said on top of that, it's kind of ironic when you talk about traumas, is because that was Sam's primary occupation when he met up with met up with his character in Winter Soldier. He was basically a counselor, if you will.
I got that in my notes too. Yep.
Oh, I knew it because I watched it yesterday. Me and Langston were bored, so we watched Winter Soldier yesterday. But
yeah,
he was a counselor, leading group therapy sessions with, we're assuming here, veterans that have, come back to civilian life, and they've gone through their own, journeys and traumatic experiences, and they're trying to unpack that and move on, and use those experiences, use these new revelations to have a regular, normal as possible life again. So this is kind of interesting seeing him put on that role.
dealing with all that. Correct.
Yeah, seeing him put on that lens, because we've seen him, coaching up and breaking down walls, especially when he was talking with what's Flag Smasher girl name? I forgot her name. Carly. That's her name. He was talking with Carly, and he got all comfortable and sit on the table, and she was opening up to him, and of course Captain Butthead strolled through the doors, ruining things. So it is what it is. Great value, Cap.
Yeah. Great value, Cap.
But shout out to him, Kurt Russell's kid.
Yeah, so let's start there.
Makes you like hate this dude's guts. So that's
phenomenal.
Hell of a he's doing a real good acting job.
Yes. Like phenomenal, man. Like let's stand up for him.
I can't stand this dude, man.
Why? I mean, right? He makes you hate him. Like, that's the epitome of what you want the actor to do, to make you hate the character in real life. You know what I'm saying?
He's doing his job.
But yeah, pick up at the end of episode 4, man. His homeboy Battlestar dies at the hands of Carly with a massive punch. That was crazy. I did not think he was dying there. At that point, he had already taken the super soldier serum, so he's at that point, like, yeah, he's finna lose his, you know what I'm saying? Goes out, kills homie with the shield. And
I don't know if you want to call it killing
recording
with the shield. It's just it was so much more than that. So barbaric, so
Yes.
yeah. Ugh, it's disgusting. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. He destroys homie with the shield. And
innocent
you
homie
know
by
that
that.
symbol of him at the end of episode 4 with the bloody shield is just
Iconic.
it's a perfect iconic shot in a crazy way about you know you could compare it to what's going on in America now as far as blood. You know, you see it every day when you wake up in the news. And I think the director or one of the producers were talking about how this show is going to represent a lot of what we see in the world today. So,
Hey,
and go ahead.
double entendre on that. So, in addition to it mirroring society for what we're seeing right now in 2021, there's also a callback to that very scene of him getting, decapitated by this shield. Of him saying that he couldn't believe that he used to look up to Captain America. You remember that when he was in the graveyard
Yeah.
with old girl?
Yep.
He said, "I used to look up. Believe it or not, I used to look
Yep.
up to Captain
Died
America."
at his own shield.
And sure enough, he was looking up to him again. I mean, it was not, it wasn't Captain America. It was,
Yeah.
great value Captain America, but it was just how that came full circle. I'm sure that wasn't their intent, but it was just like, what a tangled web we have here.
To go along with that, the emotional toll in episode 5, man, one of my favorite parts is when Sam went to talk to Isaiah Bradley and we find out the real story about what happened with him back in the day when he was the so-called Captain America or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you realize this, Dane, but the same stuff that he was saying of how he went in, his men got trapped, prisoners of war, and he described the story of how he went to get the guys, brought them back. That's the same thing Steve Rogers did in the first Captain America.
Yep.
And Steve, the white Captain America, got the Medal of Honor. He got praise and all that.
Which isn't Steve's fault. Isn't Steve's fault at all.
Not Steve's fault.
It's just the nature of the
while
society
this guy,
at the time.
You know what I'm saying? What happened to the black guy? He got put in prison. He got branded.
He said it the
got
best.
Killed per se.
Said they erased me and my history, but they've been trying to do that for 500 years or something like that. Something to that effect. They erased my history. Yeah, they erased my history, but they've been trying to do that for 500 years, is what he said. So it's like, sheesh.
And I think it's really, really important that, you see a lot of people. I think we talked about this a few episodes ago, Dane. A lot of people that, I don't want politics in my entertainment. I don't want, but shoot.
Don't make everything about race, Deonte. Jeez. That R word makes a lot of people uncomfortable.
Hey, man. Hey, I ain't, it's the truth. What's going
funny.
on?
No, it's just funny because I don't think people understand that sometimes, how's that saying goes? Is it art imitates life or life imitates art or something like that? But
yeah. I got a perfect quote for that.
Hit it up. Let me hear it.
Man, the Godfather of Marvel, Stan Lee, said it himself. Take a listen.
Hi, heroes. This is Stan Lee coming at you. Just want you to know, Marvel has always been and always will be a reflection of the world right outside our window. That world may change and evolve, but the one thing that will never change is the way we tell our stories of heroism. Those stories have room for everyone, regardless of their race, gender, religion, or color of their skin. The only things we don't have room for are hatred, intolerance, and bigotry. That man next to you, he's your brother. That woman over there, she's your sister. And that kid walking by, hey, who knows? He may have the proportionate strength of a spider. We're all part of one big family, the human family, and we all come together in the body of Marvel. And you're part of that family. You're part of the Marvel universe that moves ever upward and onward to greater glory. In other words, Excelsior.
Freaking Stan Lee said it, man.
Mm,
Like
mm,
Stan Lee,
mm.
R.I.P. man. But
R.I.P.
like
man. R.I.P.
to people that always, like it's a part of life. What's going on? Like I'm not saying what art imitates life, like you said.
Right. I might have said it
It's
the
always
other
gonna be
way, but
there. Like
y'all get it.
right, yeah. But man, it's not gonna change. Like you you can't avoid it. You can't run from the issues. A lot of people like to run from the issues.
Right.
Like it's gonna be there. Stan
Yeah.
Lee said it. Like it's gonna be in your art.
And
Deal with it, man.
unfortunately, if it's something that makes you uncomfortable, you got some soul search you need to do, man. If
Yeah,
something
take a
like
look in the mirror
it's
for
not
sure.
something that isn't calling you a racist or calling you out for bigotry, like if it's the finger's not pointed at you for what you're seeing being depicted on TV, there might be something that you need to do some soul searching. Maybe something wrong with you if you have an issue with it. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
the entertainment that we consume nowadays, it for it to have some sort of substance, for it to have some sort of value, some sort of meaning, some sort of reason why we continue to watch it, there has to be some underlying themes, and themes they're only going to be based off of what we see in everyday life. And for some of us, fortunately, a lot of that is associated with the shortcomings of America from the past 500 years. So, you know,
man.
I think acknowledging is something that makes you uncomfortable is the first step, but the second step is doing little bit of digging and understanding why that makes you feel uncomfortable. Because maybe that's
Yeah.
something on your character that needs to be built. So you know, another day, another dollar, another person crying out. Pulling the race card. Why you guys have to pull the
Mm-hmm.
race card? Like we're not. We watching. We
Yeah.
observing the content, man. So
Right. Couldn't have said it
that's
better,
just
bro.
yeah.
Episode 6, the finale next week, man. I think it's gonna be fire. What any predictions?
Obviously, I'm hoping we get to see what this new suit looks like.
Man,
Um,
bro, this suit it's about to
it,
be
it,
fire.
yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. Two, excuse me. Did you expect to? Oh, we need to. I need to find out for my own suspicions because the wife she kind of pointed out to it, alluded to it or episode 4, that she
Yes.
kind of didn't trust Sharon, and I was like, the wife has been spot on. We've been watching shows the past few weeks. The wife has been spot on with her anticipation and her, estimations about what's going on, what's going to happen. So
Sharon got to
maybe,
be the power broker, bro.
yeah, she might be the power broker, bro. Like, and
I
if
don't
she isn't, she working for that fool. Like,
or a scroll, but I don't know if they would bring scrolls into this
oh,
to this. You think they bring scrolls into the ground? Like this show's been so grounded and like but it could. I
I
don't
didn't
know.
get any. I didn't get any whiff of her being a scroll because of when the scroll was imitating Nick Fury, when it was imitating old dude from Captain Marvel. They had an aggressive trait about them, like a short tempered type of thing. And we haven't
Yeah.
seen that from her yet. So that's the only thing that makes me think that she's not a scroll. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
Yeah.
How do you
I don't
feel
know,
about
man.
I don't know if you know about this reference, but how you feel about seeing Elaine show up in the middle of this episode?
From
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
It was
had to
kind of out of
Google
place.
I had to Google her name to see what she was in Marvel Comics. So like I kind of got understanding.
Yeah.
Like apparently that specific character, I don't know her name, De La Fontaine or something. She's played like multiple characters in Marvel, so she could
Mm-hmm.
be this specific character or this one. I'm not sure, but
Right.
I do think they're gonna use her for the Thunderbolts for General Ross. I think she could be working General Ross trying to get John Walker to be part of Thunderbolts. For those that don't know, the Thunderbolts is like kind of like the Marvel's version of Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
That makes sense. They do crazy missions, but under the government sanction, all that kind of stuff. But
so you remember, and I doubt that they're going to be connected that way, but Jessica Jones and her sister, they were at the raft too. They were serving time at the raft too. So, I mean, obviously,
I wonder who's all at the raft right now, villains wise. The raft got to be lit right now.
You think they got
turning up at the raft?
They might be, but then again, think about this: do we think Killmonger is alive? Do we think Eric Killmonger is alive? Think of all the tech that we have in Wakanda. Or I don't say we have Wakanda, like it's around the corner. Like, hey, maybe we went to Wakanda last week. No,
they might.
Think about it.
Who knows what who knows what they might do, since I know Black Panther 2 had to get changed.
With everything in July.
With Chadwick, but yeah, I mean, they could bring him back and make him a good guy. I don't know if I would like that though. Yeah, I like Michael B. Jordan as an actor, but I know some stories just have to have an ending. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't like him coming back.
I was thinking just in terms of him possibly being locked up at the raft too. So that's how I was. The villains that possibly.
I'm trying to think of the villains that. I mean, who else did they capture that would be at the raft? I mean, everybody Zemo's died, right? All the villains died. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Zemo's heading there. You can see old dude that was.
If we're talking just MCU,
yeah, Zemo's heading there. Old dude that was the head of SWORD that they arrested in WandaVision. He might be over there.
Okay. I feel like all the villains died. Am I tripping? Like out of all the movies, Resco's on that planet
that we know of. There could be other stories that are coming out that we don't know what's going to happen to those villains. Like maybe we get backstories after the fact. Maybe. I don't know. Just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We just don't have enough villains that people are aware of for them to run a successful Thunderbolts, unless they're going to do it in reverse, show us the Thunderbolts and then give us their backstories afterwards. So, I mean, who knows?
Backstories.
But I'm not tripping on how they do it. I just need it to happen.
Yeah. I'm for sure. For sure. I think it's down the pipeline. But yeah, man, episode 6 definitely gonna be fire next week. We will talk episode 6, the finale, with my guy Dex and the One Take podcast. One Take Pod. They go by.
Sir.
Funny guys. Follow those guys. Subscribe to their podcast. We're all gonna hop on together and do episode together, so you can catch our finale recap with them.